Okay, I'm going to play the first mission in a new story arc on StarTrek Online called Future Proof even. I've already played this.
With the war over, it's time for us to rebuild, to take stock of our situation, and to return to our roots as explorers. We've recently noticed that a star in an unexplored system near Ferenginar has become unstable. There's nothing to indicate any change to its stellar life cycle, so this is a perfect opportunity for us to chart the system, investigate the star, and improve our understanding of what's happening. I want you to head up this investigation. Find out why this star is suddenly dying, and make sure it isn't going to be a threat to any nearby worlds or systems.
Okay, so it looks like Starfleet's going back to their old mission of exploration. Let's see what we need to do. Okay. Just so happen to be nice and close to Deep Space Nine. What a coincidence. Okay. Luckily there's no hunting around trying to find them.
Thank you for the pickup. I'm Tenora Zuval. Let's get started. My preliminary observations show sign of unknown stellar power. This unexplored system of Ferenginar is undergoing solar death. Basically, it's as if the star is going out of sync. But there's no good reason why. We need to get close enough to take some readings and see what we can figure out.
Okay, let's go have some fun. Okay, so which system do we need to go to? Bit of bits and pieces to get to. Let's cheat and just use the map. Ferenginar. Nice and easy. The ship I'm using is the Tier 6 version of the Chimera. It's not a great ship, but it beats the heck out of the Galaxy class that I got given free when I made it up to Tier 6. Let's have a look at what we're doing there. It's a heavy destroyer. I'm far more used to playing the big cruisers, but this one seems to be fairly good. Needs a few upgrades on it, haven't had a chance to do yet. Better engines, better warp core. Definitely needs better shields, in fact I can do that now. Oop. There we go, yeah. That's standard equipment, so there we go. Let's see how far we got to go. Not too far, otherwise I'd put on a quantum slipstream drive. I say it's not exactly what you call a pretty starship. Looks like it's permanently surprised at the front with that great big mouth. Come along, bum ba dum bum. I only got this ship about an hour ago. I was going through what they what ships were available for free in there, and this seemed to be the best of the bunch on the freebies. Waiting until I've got back into playing this a bit more before actually spending some of my credits on it. And here we are. Let it begin. So we're right about half an AU from the star. Only detecting gas planets, yada yada yada. Okay, let's move in a little closer. Handily they've marked the optimal scanning point. Normally you need to get about 5k into one of these points before you can...
Getting swamped with solar radiation. Try reducing the gain on your sensors.
Before you can do any scanning. It's the same if you have to fix satellites and like that.
Don't make any sense. The star's core reactions are failing, but it still has so much mass that it should be conducting fusion. It's as if it suddenly decided that it was no longer going to do hydrogen fusion, just heavier fusion processes. This kind of matter is ejected during corona events. We should be able to collect some with your ship's ram scopes if we head to one of the ejection zones.
Okie-dokie. Give you nice little pointers where you need to go on your mini-map. And you should be able to see... There we go. I marked them once again for you. Rather annoying, these little tests, but it's a lot easier, it's a lot better than just having to go to somewhere, you press a button, it does it automatically for you.
Results are coming in now. This still isn't making any sense. It's as if the star's life cycle was suddenly accelerated somehow, but it never went through an expansion cycle. There's no good explanation for this yet. Maybe something else in the system caused it. If this is system-wide, we should find evidence of similar problems, with nuclear and chemical reactions in the system's gaseous bodies. There's a large amount of gaseous stellar matter further from the star. We should have no trouble checking that hypothesis.
Okay, looks like we're off on the hunt again.
Very strange. Usually nebulae are massive clouds between star systems. Finding a micronebula in system like this is quite rare. This may be the result of an event such as a cosmic string, shearing through a gas giant and turning it back into particulate matter. I'll need some more readings to know for certain.
Typical scientist, always wants more.
All the particulate matter will make your ship's sensors unreliable beyond a few kilometers, and shields will be offline. The best we'll be able to do is to check small areas until we get close to something unusual. We should head to where the deionized particle density is highest.
No shields, unreliable scanners. We're probably going to get attacked halfway through this. Can't even see my ship at the moment. Okay, let's move in a little. That's weird. Might well be a bug in the system. most unusual. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna have to come out of the mission and come back in again. No, it looks like this mission is balked. You get it occasionally. Let's come out and go back in again. Let's see if it works better this time. And hopefully I won't have to start right from the beginning. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Okay, now I'm gonna start thinking again, so let's skip through all the stuff I'd already done.
Getting swamped with solar radiation. Try reducing the gain on your sensors. Initial results don't make any... This kind of matter.
Of course, one advantage of the little destroyers is a hell of a lot faster and more maneuverable than the cruisers. Slow down, collect solar particles. They went through a horrid phase of you have this on almost every single mission having to do these. But now, thankfully not.
Results are coming in now. If this is system-wide, this is very strange. Usually nebula, all the particulate matter will make...
Okay, we can see the ship this time, which is a bonus. Looks like we have to get even closer for these. Around. Looks like I'm heading out of the nebula there. Let's go back in a bit thicker. If you're on one of these missions, either in space or on the land, hitting the V is like doing a tricord and gives you a approximate direction where to head next. Kind of like the ships I called in. Seem to think that they can burrow through asteroids.
Data is coming in now. Nothing unusual coming in from the nebula, but those Tholian ships were quite far from home. Unfortunately, they can't give us answers. Looks like there's some heavy ionization on the far side of the nebula, as if it's receiving some kind of reflected radiation from one of the gas giants.
Let's go see the gas giant. It's never the first one you scan. Passes range. Oh, things are going fast. I occasionally like to take pot shots at rocks.
Greetings, unknown vessel. This is Administrator Kumar K. Please provide identification. Welcome to Lukari. Visitors here are rare, but we're always gratified by the chance to meet and exchange information with travelers. I regret that you have arrived at a difficult time. You may have noticed that our home star has become unstable. I'm leading a project to try to reignite the star. Unfortunately, we've already suffered severe disruptions, and we have a lot of problems to tackle right now.
Let's see, should we go with the chit-chat or straight to the problem? Let's go straight to the problem.
These problems started only recently, just a few days ago. Our astronomers noted a significant shift in the star's output, and now it looks like it's guttering and dying. If we can't solve this problem, it's the end of our species. I'm the project leader for our solar probe team. We're going to try to restart fusion with a quantum chromodynamic accretion burst, but honestly, this is a colossal problem, and it may be beyond us.
Ignoring
We
chit
have a
chat
solar
again.
probe ready that contains the booster module that needs to be fired into the star. It's capable of warp 2. There's a problem, though. The probe's remote navigation systems don't work. All of the interference from the solar flaring and guttering is blocking the signal. Could your ship get a trajectory plot so that we could set a pre-programmed course?
Of course we can. let's click it the right way. There we go, that looks right. And the second one. There we go, that should do it.
We're getting your telemetry now. I'll have my engineers prepare the probe. Let's see if this works. The probe's made it out of orbit. Engaging secondary boosters to head out of planetary range. It's gone to warp. The probe is arriving at the solar corona. Deploying chromodynamic booster. No effect. It didn't work. Repeat. Well, it didn't work. That was our one shot. Thank you for trying to help. I'm not sure what to try next. Maybe we can evacuate a few people. I'm not going to give up. But the situation is grim. If your people can offer any other help, we would welcome it. But I just don't see a way to relocate 8 billion people in the next few hours.
My name is Cal Dano. Looks like I've arrived at the perfect time. I'm here to help with the problem with this star. I'm a scientist, and I have some specialized knowledge that can help.
Let's skip through
With
quickly.
apologies for the interruption, this is my home star. My people are the ones at risk here. If you have some way to reverse this process, my people should be involved. All right, I'm willing to do so, but it will take me a little while to get a shuttle out there. As you might imagine, things are a little hectic over here right now.
You won't be able to get a lock on my ship interior due to the subspace manifolds. I'll go ahead and bring you aboard.
Yep, the normal suspects on the away team. Ooh, looks like someone needs to get them out of their EV equipment.
Welcome aboard. I'm Cal Dano.
You moved me here without crossing the intervening space. You have
Yeah,
quantum
teleporters.
teleportation technology.
Yes, we call it a transporter. It has a limited range, but it's useful for going from surface to ship.
Impossible! This ship's interior is massive, even though it's no bigger than a shuttle.
My ship uses compactified subspace folds. It's bigger on the inside.
Quickly refit my team while I'm we'll move on. There we go.
This is all quite overwhelming. This Caldano person is another stranger from somewhere else. And you're here to help with our dying star? Oh. Yes, I suppose I can see how a star suddenly dying might attract someone's attention. It's an odd coincidence. We'd probably never have met if it weren't for the trouble with the star. My people have never really had any desire to go exploring out there. We've sent a few probes and met a couple of neighbors, but we're happy at home. We have what we need, so why risk it? I guess this crisis answers that question. The galaxy is bigger than us. And to survive, we need to look past just our home world. It sounds like you have a lot of experience in meeting other kinds of people. Maybe if we survive this, we can take the chance and learn more about each other. To talk about what we might have in common and what we have to offer. What can I do to help? My home is at risk. I want to do something. To be involved in solving this.
Welcome to my ship. Don't be alarmed. This vessel is from the 31st century and it has some technology you may not recognize yet. I can assure you, though, that I'm here to help. Correct. I'm associated with a temporal division of, well, let's just say that I'm an ally from the future, and I'm here to save the Lucari star. No, I'm trying to prevent changes. Someone's tampered with this star. It's not supposed to die out here. The Lucari don't disappear today. At least not if we have any say in it. I have some technology that can help, but we'll need to rework it in order to repair the star's fusion processes. What I need you to do is to help me align this matrix to... I'll regulate the device's main power state from this console.
Let's increase it. Just the next one. It's never nice and simple using the same console over and over again.
Sounds like whoever tried to destabilize the Lucari star has decided to come knocking. Let's see who. They're packing a real wallop. Shields just went down. We have incoming!
Okay.
What are those things?
Tholians! Keep them away. I need to finish these computations.
And I'm dead. I hate Tholians.
I have the device shielded in a force field, but I can't deploy it until these Tholians are out of the way. Shields are back online. They shouldn't be able to get any more boarding parties open.
Embarrassing.
We've got a breather. Now I just have to charge the device and prepare it for use. In just a few minutes, it'll propagate a quantum wave shift that should correct the star's stalled fusion process. You should head back to your ship, and I'll send the administrator back home.
The device is charging. We're just a few minutes away from repairing the star.
Give us the task, mutant.
Arthurian webs. There we go. It's more used to cruisers, which have a little more survivability in a firefight. Get in quick. This had a few redeeming features.
Firing in 3 seconds.
It's working. Look at the star. Check the spectral readings. The fusion process is reigniting, and it's returning to normal.
Some of those ships have just arrived at our home system. They're attacking our home world. We don't have any way to repel starships like this. Please.
I turned the wrong way.
Please, you have to stop them. We don't have any warships or space weapons.
managed to get my ship in a web. I need your help.
Really used a bit more health before going up against the Folian Recluse. Basically, it is the Folian boss ship. That's done. Have some more talkie.
Thanks for the save, but the Tholians managed to steal the Tox Uthot while they had my ship webbed. That must have been their plan all along. My data suggests the Tholians use a trilithium warhead to destabilize the star. The amount of resources needed to build such a weapon makes it inefficient to say the least. No, I suspect somehow they knew I would come here to save this star, and I would bring the Tox Uthot. Fortunately, Lucari's star is safe. However, nobody else will be, as long as the Tholians have that device. They could use it to snuff out or destabilize stars anywhere they want. I have some thoughts on that, but I will need to do some calculations. These events, and the Tox Uthot itself, are tied up in the temporal Cold War. The Tholians may not care, but by using the Tox Uthot, they risk distorting the timeline by wiping out civilizations that are supposed to survive into the future, such as the Lucari. I'll be in touch. At least now the Lucari will have a promising future.
Caldano is correct. You have preserved our future. My people will be forever grateful, not to mention my personal gratitude, of course. I think we have a bright future ahead of us, if you'll forgive my play on words. I am eager to see where it leads. Thank you once again. I wish I could ask you about your science, your trade, your society. But I suppose there will be time for all of that now that our crisis has been averted. Won't there?
Oh, I think our friend the administrator here is going to need a ride home. Would you mind? If you'll pick her up and take her home, I'll start looking for more data about the Tholians' plans.
I have collected an amazing amount of information about what happened to this star. Thank you for bringing me along. Once we're back in Allied space, I'll take a shuttle home.
And there we go, that's the mission. Sorry about the glitch at the beginning. Let's see what goodies I will get. So I'm replaying this mission, so it won't be the full set. But hopefully something tempting.
A first contact is a significant event for the Federation. We will be glad to open a dialogue with the Lucari people. Unfortunately, the loss of the Tox Uthot is troubling. We have some reports about this device from when Jean-Luc Picard encountered it on Ryza in 2366. And obviously, we can't let the Tholians keep a piece of future technology that can destabilize stars. We'll have to deal with that later.
Let's see, what goodies can I get? Let's see, binds on cruisers, carriers, destroyers. I think... Yeah, that looks like the best bet in there. There's probably a few other... Actually, that's part of a set, so let's collect that. There we go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have fun. Ta-ta.